What is a stall and how are you going to break through it? Hey, Eat Like a Bear members, if you see people posting in the group how they've stalled, they're on like day 8 and they've suddenly stalled, and what should they do about it? You can post this video for them, okay? We did just recently get a comment that, oh, somebody was on maybe day 8 and had stalled because she lost 5 pounds in the first 3 days and now 5 days later had lost no more. And then all the moderators were like this. Because, okay, I don't know, a few days is not a stall. It's not a stall. We have fluctuations all the time, and I'm going to link here to a video on weight loss fluctuations. This happens. And, you know, so your fluid levels are up and down all the time. That's one factor in what appears to be a stall. But also, there's never a stall that is defined by like 3 days or 5 days or whatever. I don't know what the official definition would be, but the key thing is if you have gone through a period of maybe a couple of weeks where you're not seeing a change in the scale and you don't have big problems with fluid retention, and you probably know if you do, if you have certain conditions, certain medications that cause fluid retention, you're going to know that. And so how you define a stall really cannot be the scale. It cannot be. You really need to look at like how your clothes are fitting and some of these other non-scale measurements. But if you really feel like you have stalled, and it's longer than 3 days, okay, some of the things that you can try. The very best thing that I do and that I did in my rapid weight loss phase when I did feel like things had slowed down a little bit, first of all, those times were typically when there were other things in my life happening that were stressful. For instance, there was a point where my dad had a septic staph infection and almost died. That was stressful. And in those days, I hung on, I stayed on plan. I definitely did, but I'm sure I didn't lose any weight. I mean, just from the stress alone. So once I got past that stressful period, I actually went on a short extended fast of probably 48 or 72 hours. And those 1 or 2 days of giving your body a break from eating anything. So that's a water fast where you don't eat anything at all. Giving yourself that break has a way, you rest, you recover, just take it in and like take in that like restful fasting phase. But it also really resets things like your hunger hormones and your whole suite of fat burning hormones in a very powerful way, and very typically will drive breaking out of a stall if that's what it is. And like in this case, just breaking past like that stressful moment was really critical. And I had a few other times like that in my rapid weight loss phase where there was something that was or like over, you know, holiday eating. I didn't go off plan, but I ate more calories, and which was fine. But I didn't really lose in those more higher calorie days because I was, you know, eating more calories. And what I would typically do in cases like that, I was also realizing I was kind of retraining myself to eat more, and I wanted to retrain myself to eat less. And there too, an extended fast ended up being a key tool for me to use. To me, that's the most effective way to break a stall. And it is for a lot of people, but it may not be for you. Another way to do it is to really hit the exercise. If you are in a physical condition where you can exercise, I would turn it up. I would turn the exercise up. That very often will break you through too. So typically shaking it up in some way is going to break you through a stall. So find the things that you haven't been doing that you know are going to help with weight loss, like the exercise or like the extended fast. Shake it up with that thing, and that very likely is going to break you through.